I'm gonna take you on another episode podcast, and as always, it's yours truly, the 29-year-old piece of gold, the franchise, aka the showstopper, better known as the GOW's resident tribal chief. And with me, as always, I got my tag team partner, my brother, my family. He is the flyest in the room, Mr. 1, 2, 3. Pin that ass down, K Breezy, aka King Two Code in the building, bro. What's going on?
Man, what's going on? It's Saturday. That's what's going on.
Yeah.
We're here with the people, rocking it out,
Hey,
bouncing to the beat,
hey,
doing what we do.
hey.
What up, y'all? What up? What up? What up? What up? What up?
All right, so
Hey.
as we are getting ready to
Hey.
go and shoot from the
Hey.
hip, I need y'all to do
Hey.
two things for the franchise, man. I need y'all to bend the knee to your king, and I need you to as we get on this funky flow right now. All right, man, Too Cold. We came in on some high energy right now. I got my background looking like a 1999 Missy Elliott video.
I was about to say, man, is Puffy gonna come out behind you? Like is Puffy or Mace coming out with the no? You got to have the aluminum suits. You got to put on the aluminum suits, man. You got to have the shiny suit.
Hey, coming in on my bus.
Hell yeah, exactly.
But bro, what's going on, man? It's been a couple of days. What's good, Brody?
Man, nothing much, man. Just man, being a parent. that's what's been going on, man. Being a parent.
Oh, I guess when I addressed you, I should have said this.
What's good in the hood? What's good in the hood?
What's good in the hood? Ladies and gentlemen, Franchise is a kid in a candy store. He got all the buttons to push today, baby. I like it. I like it.
For obvious reasons, I had to cut the end, the end part of that. But
Oh, yo, of course. Well, I mean, I know I done slipped up a couple of times on the show, so I know I done had a couple of booger T moments. But nah, man. Man. No,
hold
it's
on,
Saturday.
wait. We got Fro in the building, Fro.
Holler if you hear me.
What up, Fro?
What up,
What
Fro?
up, man? What's good
Right,
with you, brother?
We got the LCJ in the building. We got Joe in the
Stay
building.
on target. What up, man? What up, yo? Well, the people showing up. Oh, the people showing up. What's up? What's happening? What's happening?
People are showing up. But Too Cold, I'm sorry, brother. Keep talking, man. Tell the people what's going on in Too Cold's world.
Man, like I said, man, just raising kids. Man, look, teenagers and semi-adults, boy, man, they rack your brain. I love the hell out of them. I wouldn't trade them in for the world, but they rack your brain sometimes, man. But other than that, man, that's what's been going on in Too Cold's world, man. Getting a little bit of vacation time from work. Get ready for the SummerSlam we got next week. We got a slew of shows we got to do next week, man. We got to make it up to the people, man. We got to give y'all stuff, man. Even though we've been giving y'all stuff, but we got to get back to our regular flow, man. We had a lot of wrestling. My man got married. We had a lot of things to do. So, we trying to get back into the flow of things, man. And we gonna do that, man. So we figured why not do a Saturday. We didn't do yesterday, but of course some stuff happened. But other than that, everything's all good. We here with the people. We want to talk that talk, shoot that shit from the hip, and yeah, man, we do what we do best.
And we real talk for real fans, so we gotta
cut the shit.
All right, with that being said, man, let's get right into Friday Night SmackDown. This ain't gonna be long at all, y'all. I promise y'all, this ain't gonna be long.
Not at all.
2 hours worth of TV, you only got 4 matches. Yeah, cut the shit. All right, so we opened up, man. We had Pat McAfee. He cut a promo on bum-ass Corbin. Then we had the first match of the night. We got a number 1 contenders match for the SmackDown Women's Championship. Liv Morgan defeated Natalya. We got a nice little interesting segment backstage with Paul Heyman and Theory. Theory pretty much letting it be known, no matter who wins between Heyman, whoever wins between Lesnar and Reigns, he's going to cash in the Money in the Bank. Too Cold, before I go past it. All right, man. Theory is getting a lot of heat. He's getting a lot of hate.
Mm-hmm.
We understand that a lot of people wanted Riddle to win for obvious reasons. But
for sure,
I want to ask you, as strictly as a fan, not even as somebody from the media, as a fan, do you feel like people are legit hating on Theory, like because they hate Theory? Like, do you feel like the heat is worth it? Because I'm like, I understand it wasn't who you wanted, but he's not a bad wrestler. And I think that's kind of where it's kind of getting kind of misconstrued. because it's like, all right, I get you don't like it, but I think people are really just trying to downplay the fact that he's a good wrestler because they don't like the fact that he got the opportunity.
It's a little bit of both, and I try to be as clear as I can about this. It's not that it's not that people don't like Austin Theory. It's the fact, man, that we know Riddle. People wanted to see Riddle take that next step. That's what that was. We were all excited for Money in the Bank because we all thought that he would be the one that would challenge Roman Reigns and maybe he
Yeah,
would take the title off of him. The problem with Theory is Theory isn't quite there yet. Like he hasn't really done enough. Like he came in as a joke with Mr. McMahon, and then that really went nowhere. Then he won United States Championship, but he didn't really. He had a nice couple of matches, but Theory wasn't really Theory's a joke. Like no, like and not to say well Riddle ain't no joke, but Riddle has more fanfare. When Riddle
yeah,
come out, the people go crazy. Like this new Riddle that we've seen, man, people are all for it, and they
yeah,
want to see him get pushed to the moon. And that's the issue for me. That's the issue. I like Theory. I think this does great for his heel character. The fact that nobody likes him and he's being this arrogant asshole that
yeah,
works great for him. So it is a bit of just hating on him, but there's legitimacy there, man, because people wanted Riddle to have that Money in the Bank briefcase and cash it in on Roman Reigns and beat Roman Reigns because that's how you build stars. The people are telling you, man, we want to see you build stars. You have a guy that, though his character may not get over with a lot of people because it's too goofy.
yeah,
He acts too out of it, or whatever. But you can't tell me the dude isn't exciting in the ring. We've watched enough of Riddle in NXT and now up to now to know he's had great matches with some of the best. I just flat out, it, if you name a name of somebody that you like, he probably had a great match with him. So I just think that we were all excited to see Riddle. Theory, no one thought to see Theory in the Money in the Bank match. So not only did him getting added made people upset, but then him winning and then knocking out the one guy that just delivered an RKO to Seth Rollins off the ladder that people went crazy for, and then he gets back up, he climbs to the ladder. That's what people are hating on. They're hating on this the wrong young guy, and we've watched Riddle go through so much of a joke to be built up to being. I mean, as much as people probably like or dislike you can't tell me him and the Randy Orton thing don't work, man. It's the odd couple of 2022, and it
yeah,
works, and it is over, and that's what people want to see him succeed. They want to see him. He's embodied that Viper mentality from Randy Orton, man. So Riddle, if you think about it, has totally changed up his offense, and
yeah,
he's gotten better, and people just want to see that. But I think it's good for Theory's heat. You're a heel. This is what good heels do. This is how you get good heels. As much as we need that good face, that good guy like Riddle, we need a good young heel. We need a new
yeah,
up and coming heel. And it's not like Theory can't talk shit and be a great heel. I just think it's a little bit of both. I think they're hating on it because it wasn't Riddle, and they don't
yeah,
think he's ready yet. But I'm not saying he's not ready. I think he should have retained his United States Championship. I think he should have fight it again against Bobby Lashley, which he's going to get anyway. But he should be walking into SummerSlam as a champion, and then you could have built something. Or if you could have built the John Cena, like if he'd have fought John Cena at SummerSlam and
yeah,
not won Money in the Bank, I think that still would have put Theory in a trajectory to where he needed to be. But we were all ready. People are ready to see the person that's going to take the title off Roman Reigns. And Theory's not the guy. People want to get behind Matt Riddle.
It's funny you said that because Fro says, he says, he wanted to throw out a Money in the Bank scenario, and he says, Theory wants to match with Cena, who is still the money of the company. What if he cashes in to force Cena into the match he wants? Can we still see John Cena and Austin? Because it looked like we were building to a Theory versus Cena anyway, and they were saying that Vince looks at Theory as possibly that original prototype version that Cena was, and possibly can be the face of Cena. And
because he has that same build and look.
Yeah. So my thing is, can John Cena at all save this, or not at all?
He could have, if Cena had accepted it, because it's a match we would have watched.
Yeah.
John Cena's coming back to fight Austin Theory. Austin Theory is going to talk shit about John Cena, and John Cena, and you know how John Cena can just bury a dude.
Especially now with TV14 coming back, he was burying people.
Oh my God! But the fact that it's like dude, I've been in this business so long, you're not going to say anything to me that no one else has said. I've heard it all, kid. So step your game. He's gonna give him that Roman Reigns treatment and make him step his game up, which would have been a very good thing. So just imagine, is Austin Theory? I'll ask this: is Austin Theory better off having the Money in the Bank contract, or is he better off having a match with John Cena and beating John Cena on a big stage to help get himself over? For me, I don't feel like you're ready to put the title on him right now. And if you do, man, you got to have a major plan in place, because I don't feel like there's a major plan in place right now. It feels like they don't know what to really do with Theory. Like, they got an idea, but there's no long-term planning. We want to build them. That's the plan. But what are the steps that you're going to take to build him? And I don't think they got that. So I think you could have went better with the more safe bet. If he had agreed to do it, the safer bet would have been Austin Theory versus John Cena for the United States Championship at SummerSlam.
Fro says
Theory is, and I agree with that too. And that's why people are like, Theory beat, like, Theory winning. Theory's not Seth Rollins, okay? Yeah. Theory has not gotten to that Seth Rollins level where people were shocked. Like, people will be shocked, but I don't think nobody is going to be invested into Theory winning it. Like, people were invested into Seth Rollins when he cashed it in. And maybe they're trying to get that same magic for Theory. I just don't know if it's going to happen like that. Seth Rollins turning on the Shield did wonders for him. Yeah. That's the reason why that was so different than anything that I think Theory will do, which is why I say if it was Riddle, if this was Matt Riddle, it'd be a totally different story, because Riddle would be that, because people will want to see Riddle. They're going to want to chant, bro. They're going to want to see him do it. You can build a storyline. I mean, even though you kind of did it with the Usos and Riddle prior to him fighting Roman Reigns right before the pay-per-view or a few weeks ago. But I do think that if they hadn't did what Fro was saying, you want to eventually beat the guy, take the title off him, which could have came down the line. Night of Champions or something that you're going to do.
No, he said he want Lashley to be the guy.
To take it off Raw. I wanted to, but the problem is, man,
my thing is, how do you do that without making Lashley or Roman look weak? Because Vince ain't gonna let Roman look weak, and I would hate for Lashley to have to win it on some cheap shit.
Here's my issue. You bring up a great point, but here's my issue. My issue is you had an opportunity with him and Brock, and that didn't go well. Yeah. That didn't go well. I don't really know if I would want to see Bobby do it, but I feel like the window of opportunity kind of passed already.
Yeah.
And honestly, you got to build the Almighty up as the Almighty. Like, he's got to almost be that guy he was. Once he became the Almighty and he was being destructive, he's got to be that dude now. And the problem is like, who are you going to have him run through? You barely got enough people for Drew to fight somebody to get it to look credible, to want to be able to fight Roman. It's the fact that we know they're the big names, or the guys that we see that are good enough to fight Roman Reigns. But it's like, man, you got to build them back up. People like Bobby Lashley, people like Drew McIntyre, but let's be honest, I think some people want to see them beat them, but I don't think there's too many people outside of maybe me, Fro, and a handful of others that want to see Bobby Lashley be that guy. I just don't know if WWE will push that. He's 45. I take that into consideration. The
Yeah.
dude is up there in age.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a recognizable name. They've given him some legitimacy, but I don't think they want to build him as that dude to beat Roman Reigns. They want to tease it, but I don't think they really want to go all the way through with it. That's why I say I think that window's passed, and the window's getting ready to pass up on Drew if they don't push for Drew to do it too much sooner. Because Drew needs to get a victory over Roman. Roman beat him at Survivor Series, so it's like, man, Drew needs to get that get back, and he hasn't gotten that get back yet. So that's why I say I think Riddle could have been the surprise pick. Like, would he have definitely beaten him? Maybe some shenanigans from a returning Randy Orton, to help make sure his boy got the victory. Could have helped that out a little bit, but that you could have did that in a very clever way where it wouldn't have taken away from the match. But I wouldn't mind Bobby being pushed legitimately, but I don't know if they're really ready to push him that far. You have to remember that, man. Guys get to a certain age, even though we've seen Goldberg come back and win twice. But I don't know.
All right, man. Fro says, what about Braun Breaker as being that guy to beat Roman in the next 1 to 2 years?
Roman, Fro, if Roman Reigns is still undisputed champion for the next 1 to 2 years, that will be sad because I think that would turn off so much. At some point, somebody's got to beat him within the next year.
Yeah.
Roman Reigns has to lose the title by next WrestleMania. You will have more days than CM Punk. You will have more. That's Walter for the longest reigning modern day championship reign. He will surpass Walter. But by the time he does that, he needs to drop them titles. Because Roman Reigns ain't that damn great. I'm sorry, man. Look, the character is phenomenal.
Yeah.
But if he's John Cena and Brock Lesnar and everybody and just running through everybody, I don't see nobody. Braun Breaker, I don't see him doing it. I don't see him doing it. Not saying he can't win it, but somebody else is gonna have to take that title off Roman Reigns. And I hope to God it's not another 2 years. Like that, after a while, it's gonna be like, dude, you know what?
It's like, damn, Cena didn't even get that damn lucky. Shit.
or if he did, he lost it and got it back, But I can't see Roman being a champion for that amount of time, for 2 years. Even though we'll say 1, but let's just say if the minimum is 2 years, I can't see that being a good thing. Because then it's like, well, dude, why should we believe anybody's gonna beat this dude when you are deliberately burying everybody?
Yeah.
Everybody you can't keep telling me Roman Reigns is not that bad of a dude. He knows who he is now. He is the top guy, but he's not unbeatable. I'm sorry, he's not unbeatable. And eventually you're gonna have to put a chink in the armor of Roman Reigns because you about to give us Super Cena again, and I damn sure don't want to go through that again.
Well, that's why I said, when we talk about Roman and Undisputed Championship and, holding both titles and, so on and so forth, I feel like, we're kind of in a conundrum, right? We're kind of in this rock and a hard place type scenario because it's gotten to a point to where, like Cena and his peak, Roman Reigns has been pushed so heavily that now there's a blatant disconnect when he's not on the show. So now you face the dilemma of, okay, do we keep putting Roman out here for 3 segments of goddamn show? And then here we go. Now you're going to have people bitching and complaining. They're forcing him down their throats again. They give him the Super Cena treatment. But then when he's not on the show, you realize, goddamn, SmackDown and Raw don't have anybody. The show sucks without Roman because he and Paul Heyman and the Bloodline are like the most entertaining shit. But my thing is
they got all the belts.
They got all the belts. But to me, I feel like you will do Roman a disservice and his run a disservice, and Jay and the Bloodline a disservice if you do not pay off the main event Jay Uso Roman Reigns storyline. Like, Jay is the one guy that I can say to a degree, would be unanimously cheered if he beats Roman.
That's true.
And people
But-
wouldn't be mad at it.
No, they wouldn't be. The problem is, how long before you pull the trigger? How long before you pull the trigger?
You got it. I would say this. I give Roman, if he doesn't lose by the Rumble, it's got to
He's not
happen.
losing the title by the Rumble. He's not losing. Okay, I didn't mean control, but let me say this: Roman ain't losing by the Rumble. If Roman's losing, he's losing at WrestleMania.
But then the thing is, who? Because they said they want him to fight. Allegedly, they want him to fight The Rock. You're not about to have The Rock old ass come and beat Roman Reigns. So then, who beats Roman?
No, Roman Reigns is gonna beat him. No, that's going to be a family storyline where, because The Rock is The Rock, even though Roman Reigns feels like he's the head of the table. I already kind of see where the storyline is going to go because he feels like he's the head of the table. The problem is there's a bigger head at the table. There's a bigger head that's been dominating not only in wrestling but in the movie side for so long that Roman Reigns ain't on his level. So self-consciously, it's going to come to him that he's going to have to fight this one dude who has been feeding the family a lot longer than Roman Reigns. I already see where the story is going.
Have you noticed? And this is me and my conspiracy. And like just kind of seeing like little details, right? Devil's in the details. Have you noticed ever since Roman Reigns transferred over to the this tribal chief gimmick? When you look at his Tron, it looks very similar to the Rock's Tron. It's like little shit when he comes out. And he got like that electricity in the background on the Trons. I'm like, okay. I agree with you 100%. Fro says, what about Cody? I think Cody could be a viable option to beat Reigns. I will say that. I will give you Cody.
Cody will beat him for the WWE Championship. Don't ask me how they're going to separate the titles. I feel like Cody is not beating Roman for both titles. I feel like Cody's going to beat him for one title because Roman's going to still hold on to the Universal Championship because Vince, for whatever reason, is still trying to get people to think that Universal Championship is just as legit as the WWE Championship. And we all know goddamn well it ain't. It ain't legit. All right, it ain't. It will never be as legit.
Hey,
okay.
You know what Vince got to say to people who don't want to accept that.
Well, you're fired.
Hell, y'all can kiss my ass.
Yeah, well, that's the reason why he's in the problem he's in now. Starting to kiss my ass club. All right, man. Look, look, man. Fro is not wrong. Cody was the original guy. Okay.
Yeah.
Cody was the original guy. I think Cody would have won. Cody not get injured. Cody's winning Money in the Bank. Cody cashes in. Cody's going to beat Roman Reigns. I feel like that would have been the setup because what's the story for Cody Rhodes? He's back to win the one title his dad didn't win. He's back to add a championship to the Rhodes legacy name. That is his story. That is why he is back. Okay, cool. He's injured. We got to sub in. We got an audible. He's not going to be out for a while. Roman's taking this Brock Lesnar schedule now, so he's not going to be here like he's going to be. Shit. Well, what are we going to do with Drew and Bobby? Well, let's just have Drew fight Sheamus and Sheamus clones, and then we'll have Bobby just doing whatever Bobby's doing. We'll have him point at it. We'll have Bobby pointing at his glutes. Okay, that's what we'll do. We'll have Bobby doing that, and that's where they're going. But I'm not kind of gonna go over the place here. I'm not mad at them for what they're doing with Theory, because if you're building Theory for this, that I like the way Theory works as a heel. I actually like the way he worked as a heel against Bobby Lashley. Like just the way that that match was. It wasn't a great match, but the little antics and things that he did to try to
the nuance,
get the advantage. Just like I didn't have a problem with that. So you got Cody's hurt. Roman's taking Brock's schedule. Brock has taken an even lesser schedule. You got Drew, you got Bobby, but you ain't really got nothing. I mean, the Omos thing is done and past. Nobody wants to see that anymore.
Yeah.
The Drew versus Sheamus and his mini-me's, that they're gonna get tired of that real soon. So it's like, man, you gotta have something for them, but they have a shelf life. Bobby Lashley's 45, Drew is 43, 44. Dude, I don't know how much more longer they're gonna be the top guys where you're gonna want to push them. I feel like it's gotta be you gotta look forward. You got the theories, you got the riddles. You still got a Kevin Owens, but you know Kevin Owens is where he's at. You still got another handful of the guys, but you really can't look at a lot of people and think. I can't even name you 5 people that haven't been in the WWE for more than 10 years. That's been in the league. I'm sorry, that's been in WWE less than 10 years that got a legitimate shot of beating Roman Reigns outside of Cody Rhodes. Like outside of Cody Rhodes as being the newest person there, I can't give you 5 people that I think that's one of the new and up and coming people that can beat him. You can say Braun Breaker, but let's be honest, is Braun Breaker even really ready? Is he ready? I mean, NXT, he looks barely ready to me. He doesn't like me.
What about Big E? Fro says, what if Big E makes a comeback?
I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to be honest with you.
That could happen.
Big E should have cashed in on Roman. Big E should have cashed on Roman a while ago.
Yeah.
Could have been did that.
Yeah.
I honestly, for me, you dropped the ball on that because him winning the Money in the Bank, people went bananas. That's the one dude people wanted to see. Like, yo, okay, Vince, you know what? You're going to sell us on this. You know, we know how you like your wrestlers. We like Big E. We know he can talk. Yeah. We know he can go in the ring. We know he can do all these little things that we like that he does because we know what he's built with. We want to see him have his true proper singles run.
Yeah.
You could have did something there, man. You could have did that there. You could eventually put another title on Roman. I mean, you have 2 world championships. Damn. I feel like the ball drop was having him cash on Bobby Lashley. That was the ball drop. It was like you dropped it. Like, dude, why not cash in on Roman?
Right.
You build Big E. Do better with Big E that you didn't do with Kofi. Like, yeah, people could say, well, the Kofi wasn't planned, and when they did do it, they kind of ran it into the ground prior to WrestleMania because what was one of the knocks? People were getting tired of all the gauntlet matches. Damn, right. Kofi's in another gauntlet match. Damn, the New Day's in another gauntlet match. Damn, how many times is Kofi gonna lose and continue to get a title shot? Like, damn, but we want to see this dude win. But it's like it just seemed all over the place. With Big E, even if you didn't have a full plan, I feel like there could have been a good plan that you could have formulated and worked something out with. He could have cashed in on Roman. Hell, he could have waited. You could have eventually did the title unification. And let's say he don't want to take both titles. He just comes in and take one title off of Roman. He could have took the WWE Championship off Roman. I don't know, whatever. But I feel like I can't bank on Big E coming back. I want to hear the good news. If he never comes back and wrestle, but the man is able to walk and move and have a functioning life from here on out, I'd rather have that than him come back and not be the guy that I expect him to be. Like and I'm not saying I don't want to see him come back, but I don't want to see him. I don't want to see a Kurt Angle version of Big E.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't want to see that. Not at all. So if he can't be the guy we love and we want to see, I don't want to see him be a shell of himself. I feel like they dropped the ball on that already. You had him win. You could have built that up.
Well, Tuco, man, look, I'm about to run through the rest of SmackDown because we gotta definitely get our AEW win. The fans, the people. You know what? I'm sorry. I'm sorry for using the F word because you guys aren't fans. The people of the GOW, man. We appreciate y'all.
Say, man, don't be disrespecting the people, man. Don't disrespect the peeps, man.
That's what Facebook labels the people, but fuck that. You know what I'm saying? You people are our people. You feel me? So thank y'all for tuning in. I'm looking at it right now. Pretty much everybody that tuned in 29 minutes and 51 seconds ago as of this speech has stayed on, which is crazy to me.
We appreciate y'all for that, man. But that's for shit.
But so we're gonna run this down because we don't want to bore you guys with SmackDown. We're gonna wrap up with us
Yeah, we
AEW.
spent way more time on it, but it was
Way more time.
but there was more things to dissect and get into. But go ahead, man.
So then of course we had McIntyre versus Holland, decent match. McIntyre ended up picking up the victory, and then we had Theory and Moss going at it. Moss ended up picking up the victory off of disqualification thanks to Austin Theory hitting him with a briefcase. Then we had Sami Zayn, who came out and he had a message for Moss and Theory on behalf of the honorary Usos and Roman Reigns. And then, of course, the Usos came out. Then we had Jimmy Uso versus Angelo Dawkins. Man, Dawkins ended up picking up the victory. I hated the way this match ended. I truly, truly hated it. And then we got fucking Jeff Jarrett of all people. I get because they in Nashville, but I don't give two fucks to see JEFFJA. I don't give a fuck to even say the rest of his name. Too cold. You look like you got something on your mind, man. Talk to me. I just had to let the people know. I don't give a fuck about Jeff Jarrett, the king of the mountain, being anywhere near this match.
You know what? You said that and it threw me off, dude. I forgot my whole train of thought. I'm like, God damn, this motherfucker here, man. Oh, man. You had talked about.
I gotta show Fro some love. I gotta show Fro. I'm a Too Cold the franchise fan. I have your posters in my room.
Yeah, baby, yeah. Oh man, look. Hey, so okay, I was getting ready to say something. You had mentioned you had mentioned
was it the night?
It was before. No, it was before that, man. Oh my god, I'm like, oh man,
was it the honorary Usos?
Okay, yeah, it was the honorary Usos. Sami Zayn. That's what I was gonna say.
Yeah.
What did they do with Sami Zayn? What they did with Eric Young in TNA when he became the villain, the more methodical, when he became the leader of the World Elite.
Nah, you think that's where they going with it?
No. What I'm saying is, instead of seeing Sammy always in this character, even though it's cool, it's funny, but he has his moments of wins, but he has his moments of just, it's like, man, Sammy, they ain't got nothing to do with you, man. You just you're a prop out here.
But you know what? I got something for that. Hold that thought.
I want to see a serious Sami Zayn. Like, and the only reason I say it is because it's like Eric Young is the perfect example for that, because Eric Young was so goofy all the time. But then when he stopped being goofy and he started being methodical and evil, and it was like, yo, who is this dude here? This is not the EY that I know.
Yeah.
I want that for Sammy. But what I think he'd be good at it.
But what if this all apply? What if Sami Zayn is playing the dumb role, right? What if Sami Zayn is playing the I'm just happy to be part of the group, and then the whole time Sammy plotting? Because guess what? Think about it. When Sammy wanted to become part of the bloodline at first, the Usos, they were the cool kids. They was picking on Sammy. They was having Sammy going on dummy missions. And now Sammy's got the trust of the Usos. Sammy's got the trust of Roman Reigns. The person he needed to really win over the most was Paul Heyman. So my thing is, okay, what if Sammy goes out there, right? And then Sami Zayn, he helps Roman Reigns beat Austin Theory, or he helps beat Brock Lesnar. Okay, now you really trust in Sammy. And then, okay, what if Austin Theory hypothetically decides he want to cash in, but say it don't happen at SummerSlam? And then guess what? Sami Zayn screwed the both of them. Shit, the damn thing already cashed in. What did Sammy end up winning them? I feel like Sammy's doing this on purpose. I feel like there is going to be that turn. I know it's annoying to watch right now, but I promise you, it's an Easter egg, man.
You giving creative too much. You giving them too much credit.
No, I'm giving my trust in Sami Zayn's ability.
I trust Sami Zayn to be. I trust Sami Zayn to be able to pull that off.
Yeah,
but I don't trust WWE to let him do it. That's the thing. It's like, that's why I say, man, it would be awesome, because I think he would do it. It's not like the guy can't come out and cut a promo. It's not like he can't come out and be a character. And to see Sammy be more vicious, to see him be a little bit different, man, I think that would be really great. And that would be the new thing for him. Fro says, man, Big E, if he does come back at all, Hey man, look, and that's why I say I honestly with Big E, and I know we're gonna finish running it out and we're gonna get to Rampage, but with Big E, I don't want to see that Kurt Angle. I don't want to see him go through the Kurt Angle motions. Like a lot of his move set is not smooth. Like the whole dive through the turnbuckles to the outside, like always landing on his shoulder. Like, dude, that affects your neck and everything else. And Big E, man, is a big dude and he's agile. And that's what we love about him. He's not your just typical muscle bound dude that just does the same. He can do a lot of different stuff. But if I can't watch Big E do that, I don't want to see him. I don't want to see him be lesser than that.
Right.
Like that's my whole thing. I definitely don't want to see him be lesser than that. But we'll see, man. But go ahead, man. Run through that Rampage right quick, man, before we got it.
All right. Well, in the words of Mark Henry.
For the main event.
All right. So Tuco, man, am I taking over Rampage or you taking over Rampage?
Go ahead, man. You got it.
All right, hold on. Well, good old franchise here. Got to pull up his Rampage notes.
Oh, yeah, no problem. I will say this though. Tony Khan did mess up with that main event though. I'm sorry.
It's funny you say that,
Private Party
said the same thing. He said that main event was a little rough.
I'm sorry. Private Party are not main event ending show. They have not been that. I have gone on record as saying I am not a fan. They are just I am more of a fan of the Acclaim than I am a Private Party. And how I felt about the Acclaim. How I felt about them when they came in.
I felt about them. I was calling them out.
And everything that the Acclaim has done, the opportunities that they have taken that I thought Private Party would do, the Acclaim, Anthony Bowen and Masscaster, regardless if it was together as a team or even when they had their own separate singles matches, I saw growth and development in those guys. But Private Party, man, these dudes are taking too many shots. And I don't even know what shots they taking, but they taking too many shots and they need to stop. They need to change their gimmick. That gimmick has died. That is one team. That is one thing I am mad at Tony Khan for, because when something don't get over, normally he takes it off, let them come back and repackage.
Yeah.
He took them off, let them came back, but they didn't move anywhere. They didn't go anywhere. Matt Hardy couldn't bring them up. Nobody could bring them up. And now, dude, I'm just like, I'm glad they got rid of the Andrade family office thing like that. I'm glad that's done and over with. But Private Party, man, I'm sorry, I am done with them, man. They are, if they got it, I don't wish no one to not be able to work, but if they can get let go from AEW and go somewhere else, I'm not mad at that. Like I'm okay with Private Party no longer being there because I've given up on them. They just, and I think the problem with this match wasn't even their fault. It was Lucha Bro. It was Penta. Penta messed up, and I think people just didn't
really
really
had that one move off the top rope, and he just landed in Raw. What the fuck is that?
Right? Yeah. So it wasn't even so much it was them, but Private Parties had way too many chances and have just bombed them all for me. So I thought that main event was over. You ain't got to go through it, but talk about that was that the House of Black, the Kingdom of Mount, whatever they called it, versus the Dark Order.
Yeah, really quick too. I just want to acknowledge Kevin. He said Lee and Gressel should have been the main event. I would have not been mad.
Or that too. That should have been the main event. That should have been as a title match.
Yeah.
Yes.
Always. But really quick, man. So we had the House of Black. I forgot what the hell is yeah, my God, I'm tripping. we got House of Black versus Dark Order. The House of Black, man, they ended up picking up the victory. But the cool thing was, of course, you got Darby Allin, crazy ass, jumping off the top of the stage on top of Brody King
and Darby Allin.
And then, of course, got that stare down, man, that epic stare down that sent the internet in a tizzy. The fact this man is 60 plus years old and can get the blood going. You got that boy, the Icon, Sting. And, of course, you got Malachi Black. They go into their respective tunnels. And then Sting look like he about to go up there and, walk up John Gotti style. And Malachi Black like, nah, I can give you some of that too. Hey, look, bro, okay. Hear me out. Hear me out.
No, I don't want to because I know what you're finna say. And you're going to make me say yes. But I know I shouldn't say yes to it.
Dude, hey,
I
hey,
know I
hey,
shouldn't
hey,
say yes to it.
I don't know how you do it. I promise you, I don't know how you do it. That's why I'm glad I'm not Tony Khan right now. What if
I don't know.
we get
I don't
we give
know.
my man Sting a short
I don't
singles
know.
program, a short
I
singles
don't know.
program
I don't know.
with Malachi Black,
I don't know. I don't know. See, okay.
or
First and
wait, or you somehow work an angle where Sting get one last chance to hold the belt and somehow put this man, put him in a tag team championship contending situation with that young upstart Darby Allin. Well, my boy Sting, he got to get one last something. It's got to be a singles run, or it's got to be a shot at the tag titles.
hold on. You hear me?
I hear you.
Okay, man. Well, I'm paying my AT&T messing with my Wi-Fi, and I ain't even got AT&T. I look. Don't make me do this, man. Look, I like what they do with Sting. Okay, Sting doesn't wrestle too much. He doesn't do too much. He doesn't overshadow anything. He has his one few little moments where he'll do something that we know his 60-something-year-old ass shouldn't be fucking doing, but yet he did it, and he did it clean. And it's like, oh my God, he's still doing this. Like, why am I so pumped about this? Like, oh my God, I don't know. I don't. If it's not a tag match, I don't want to see Sting in a singles match.
Uh,
That's just where I'm at, man. Look, I
damn.
appreciate what I'm seeing. I'm sorry, I don't want to see Sting in a singles match, which is why I'm not mad when he does the tag matches. And when the singles matches happen, it's more
Yeah.
likely it's always Darby Allin. That's fine. I've always liked that dynamic. That's why I say I've always liked Sting being there because he's not taking nothing away from Darby. He's letting that dude be his own person. He ain't hindering him. He's just being a supportive friend. Yo, you can't knock that. And it ain't like and I like the dynamic and way it works. I don't want to see Sting wrestle all the time. But when he does do some stuff like, oh shit, here you go. Oh, there he is. He done jumped off the damn entrance. Lord have mercy. Somebody catch the hey man, somebody go get the straight jacket because this old dude is tripping. He is jumping off the damn rails. He's jumping out of the crowd. He's putting people through the table. He's dude, you're 60 something years old. You should not still be moving the way you move, but you
Right.
are. And because you're such a fan favorite, people love you. You are so respected just for who you are. That dude is you started at 85, 84, and it's 2022, and you still the Sting is still popping, dude. Sting is
Yeah.
still popping. So it's like I don't want them to mess with that. You got me in a place where I'm good with what he does.
Right.
Make it a tag match. Make it a tag match. Keep the formula. Don't change the formula now. If the formula was, we'll have Sting do some side stuff. He'll do a little bit of, fight one on one, and then he'll probably get beat up. He'll take a bump or two or whatever. He'll sell it. He'll come back. He'll have a great tag match. He'll do some shit. The crowd will go bananas because it's like, oh my God, Sting did this at 60 something years old. This is awesome. And then just let it go. I, I,
Right.
I I can't. No, please don't. No. As if this was 10 years ago, if this was 10 years ago, yes, I would be for it. Sure, give me a Malachi Black versus Sting. 10 years ago, I think he could have did it, but now, no, 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 no. Please, no, no, no. Nope. I don't need it. I don't need it. I don't need it, and I don't need it because of my respect and love. I have been a little stinger since I was a little dude. I mean, I've never stopped being a little stinger. I don't care. I appreciate what I'm seeing from him now. I don't want to
Yeah.
see him do nothing that will make it worse than what it was in WWE. Even that wasn't. Yeah.
All right, man. No, for sure, for sure. Then after that, of course, we got the ROH World Champion Jonathan Gresham put on the clinic with that boy Lee Moriarty. Hell of a match. Hell of a match.
Claudio. Claudio
Yeah,
versus
yeah.
Gresham.
And now we got Claudio
Ooh.
Castagnoli versus that boy John Gresham, the Octopus, the foundation
Ooh.
of professional wrestling. So I'm definitely
Ooh.
curious to see what this matchup is going to look like because you got arguably two of the best technical wrestlers in the world going at it right now,
Death
pound for
before done
pound.
signing.
So I'm definitely
Ain't
ready to
that
see
coming up
that.
this next
I
weekend,
think,
ain't it? That's next
yeah,
weekend.
I think this weekend. I think this weekend.
No, what next weekend? Right, I'm next weekend. Like next week coming up. Next weekend coming
Yeah.
up the 23rd, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh
So
yeah, right. Because
yeah,
this the
man.
weekend. Duh. I forgot.
Yeah. Right. But yeah, man. No, Claudio versus. Hey, man. Okay. Look, I look. Cesaro still got the damn thing. I just. I like seeing guys that I wanted to see get good opportunities in WWE come somewhere else and get that same opportunity.
Yeah.
Um, People can say what they want to say, but look, we saw Cesaro have a great match with Seth Rollins. He gets shitted on by Roman Reigns, and they put
Right.
him right back to the nothing. It's like and that's the reason why I think a lot of people are going to have a hard time in buying in Roman Reigns being a champion for that 2 to 3 years or till Braun Breaker's ready, if that's the guy they want to have. But I mean, Braun Breaker ain't that dude. Like I feel like you can have more than Braun Breaker. Like you gotta outthink Roman Reigns.
Yeah.
You ain't gotta outpower him. You gotta outthink him. You gotta be you gotta be smarter, man. But Claudio needs more intimidating, entertaining music. No, not really, because we know what he gonna do in the ring. To me, I don't think he needs to change his music. To me, it's never been. I mean, hell, I don't think his music in WWE was all that menacing. It was just the fact, it's Cesaro. He's gonna spin you around about 20, 30 times. He's gonna run around the ring and give everybody European uppercuts. He's
Right.
he's gonna he's gonna he's gonna have a run where he's gonna run through you. And no, I don't think the music matters. I mean, hell, being a part of the Blackpool Combat Club, that's enough for me. I don't give a damn about the music because I know when he gets out there, he about to whoop somebody's ass.
And then next up after that, of course, we had Athena and Chris Statlander. They went up against the Renegade Twins. Yeah, they ended up picking up the victory on that.
I
Uh,
see Tony Khan went back to his third. They must have went over time. I'm guessing the time here was they were short from time because I
yeah,
believe this match went no longer than 30 seconds. At the most 30 seconds. Like this was the shortest match in AEW's history, damn near. And I
shoot,
know we've been saying the women needs to get more time, but I think for an hour show, I think Tony overbooked himself. Uh, but whatever, I need my boy Tony to calm down, man. Look, you had a great run. I know you got fighter fights next week. You already got the card built. You don't have another pay per view until September, bro.
yeah.
Slow down a little bit. Slow down a little bit. I'm not mad at you for slowing down a little bit. You got plenty of talent to still do a lot of good stuff and still build the way you need to build. Slow down, Tony. Hey
And
man,
then
too cold here to tell you, man. Slow down, bro. Slow down.
he
You
said,
in year three. Slow down. Slow down, man. Slow down.
and then speaking of slow down, man, we should have had this match slow down. Of course, we got the Lucha Bros versus Private Party. Lucha Bros ended up picking up the victory. Like I said, we talked about that earlier, man. It was a very sloppy match on both ends, but
Yeah.
especially with the Lucha
Yeah.
Bros, because we're not accustomed to seeing that, man, at all. So
Not at
that was
all. Not at
that was
all.
really a letdown. And then kind of the way the match card went, again, Tony Khan, he has a habit of putting the main event matches first, and then which what should be first in the main event. But then again, it's only for a Rampage, so I won't crucify him for that.
It's good strategic thinking. You think 10 o'clock hour, I gotta hit, okay, it's 10 o'clock. They just got done watching that crap fest. They need to be rejuvenated. The people need to be brought back to life. I gotta give them that smack in the mouth match. So I get why he does it. He should not have put the Lucha Bros versus Private Party on last. That should have been in the middle of the show, and Jonathan Gresham versus Lee Moriarty for the ROH championship. That should have been the main event. That been the main event. If you weren't going to do the House of Black versus Dark Order, you should have did the ROH championship match. That would have made more sense. So I think, like I said, it wasn't even so much that he needed to change everything around. It was just, I'm sorry, dude. Why do you think Private Party needed a main event match? But I don't even think he needed that. I think it was the fact it's the Lucha Bros. I'm going to put them in the main event.
Yeah.
Private Party, be lucky you're gonna fight these guys in the main event. Yeah, and it went where it went, man.
Well, Tuco, man, as we are entering our home stretch, man, look,
50 minutes, man.
out of here. As always, it's an honor and a privilege to do this thing with you. For anybody who hasn't already, check out our interview that we did yesterday with wrestling legend Eric Young. If you haven't already, check out the interview we did with Impact Knockouts champion Jordan Grace last week. Check out the interview we did with Leo Rush before that. Last week also, we got our boy Lou Gotti. You know what I'm saying? He doing the 1-2 as well. So make sure y'all check that out. And
that VIP, that DF cartel, baby, that DFW cartel, baby.
That DFW cartel. But with that being said, man, Tuco, before we get out of here, man, any last
Brad Vaughn. I'm sorry. I didn't even mean it. I said that Brad Vaughn. Ooh, we got to talk to you, sir. We got to talk to you. We need some information. We need to know if you know some people that we know that you may know that we know that you may know. So holla at us.
Restless Paradise. And with that being said, until we see you, peace.